What's up? What's going on? How y'all doing? How y'all feeling? Let's get down to the situation, but please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, y'all. So let's get into this whole situation. Let's talk about Monique Slaughter and let's get into it when it comes to Chrisean Rock. As you guys know, they did an interview together. They was both on the show together and it kind of went left. And Monique Slaughter, she explains how she felt disrespected, how she felt that Chrisean was coming for her and things of that nature. And basically she was feeling like if the tables were turning and she was to get jumped, nobody will have her back. And she felt like, you didn't add me. So check out what Monique had to say about the whole interview and what went down and what happened.
I was responding to the questions. I was quiet most of the time. I spoke when I was spoken to. Period. And then you guys do know that this was edited, right? So many things, like my son FaceTimed me during that interview to ask if he could buy a movie, going off on my team during the interview because I felt like they were being disrespectful, taking phone calls while the cameras were rolling. They left the ringer on. Like, it was just too much going on. Like, even Chrisean had my back. Like, when I was like, oh, y'all are distracting. And Chrisean was like, yeah, because we're working. And when I asked Chrisean the question and she asked me the question at the end, that was because the host and creator of the podcast asked me if I had questions for her and if she had questions for me, being that we were both Pisces and seemed to understand each other. So I'm not going to allow anyone to create this narrative like I should have gotten up and popped the girl or whatever. Was her comment slick and disrespectful and uncalled for? Yeah. But at the same time, like I said, she didn't put a name on it. She didn't look me in my face. She didn't address me directly. She didn't stand up. She didn't square up. So there was nothing for me to do at that point but carry on. And the rest of the interview, because I was able to maintain my composure and maintain my self-control, there were no issues. So, the old me would have snapped for sure. I didn't get quiet, I kept talking. I finished my sentence. That was the other thing. Everybody in the comments like, oh, you got quiet. No, I finished my sentence and then they started talking to each other and I didn't interject in their conversation. That was between two lovers. She felt like he was playing with her. And what was I supposed to do? Oh, no, it's not like that. Like, no. How she feel based off of whatever they done been through, that don't got nothing to do with me. If y'all ever see two people in a relationship going at it, you better mind, because them niggas will turn around and jump you. Together. No nigga and that motherfucker finna have my back, so. Okay? Like, both them niggas not finna jump on me. Because would nary nigga defend me if the two of them tried to tag team me? That I could say without a shadow of a doubt. Nobody would have come to my defense. Every grown man would have just sat there. That I know. Well, that wasn't my first time meeting either one of them. But they walked in and asked me my name. Shady, Marie, the age thing. I didn't take that personally, though. And she asked me my age like 3 or 4 times. I just chalked it up to her being tired, because I know when I'm tired, you could tell me something 10. Yeah. How old are you? How old are you again? How old are you? Maybe 36 and now. The first time she asked me, she was like,
And also, this is the interview that Chrisean, Blueface, and Monique Slaughter was in. They was on this particular YouTube channel, as you guys can see on the screen. I don't know what's going on with Blueface. Look like he got a band-aid under his nose and just looks crazy. So check this out.
So if you find the best man to follow, you wouldn't follow?
Absolutely, I would.
Okay, so that's the end of the discussion.
I never said I wouldn't, though.
No, you just said I'm not a follower.
Y'all
I
talking
would.
a little
I
too
wouldn't
much,
even.
like-
You already wrote yourself
this
off as
point,
like you couldn't follow
you
the
want
best
me to say
person
something?
to lead. It seemed like you two like stuck in your independent like
I
Hey,
am.
why do you
Yeah,
care?
I feel you.
Why you talking to me like that?
intervention.
I don't give a fuck. Let me have that intervention.
So you guys seen what went on and what happened, how Monique felt, and you seen Chrisean and her attitude. And sometimes when it comes to Chrisean, when she does these interviews, she always seems mad. She always seems like irritated and things of that nature. And sometimes it's because she's intoxicated, she's high, and then she gets really angry. But the real big thing, the real big issue for me when I watch her multiple interviews that she has done, and she always says these are hard questions, these are hard questions, it's because, you know, she doesn't understand the question. She don't understand what they're saying, and she doesn't know how to articulate herself, and she doesn't understand when people are communicating with her and what they're saying. So when she doesn't understand it, she feels like they're coming for her, or they're trying to disrespect her, or they're trying to make her look bad, or they're trying to make her feel stupid. Because Blueface always points out, like when he's arguing with Chrisean, no matter where they're at, he will ask her, why are you mad? Why are you upset? Won't you explain it? Won't you tell what happened? Won't you give detail? And Chrisean can never get detail really, or explain herself or express it. And then she always says in interview, why are you trying to make me look like that? Why? And then he'd be like, I'm gonna make you look stupid. So I think she has a complex where she feels inferior to people. And then you have an intelligent, sexy woman that got it going on, and she's catching Blueface's attention as far as having a conversation, because she doesn't really have normal conversations with him like that. When they're debating, he can't debate with her unless they're debating about alcohol, they're debating about drugs, they're debating about, you know, going viral, they're debating about, you know, who he's sleeping with, if she's sleeping with this one or that one, all types of stuff. So, you know, I really think that she does need a life coach, and she also need like somebody to help her with her prenatal and basically being pregnant, how to carry herself and the things to do, because she doesn't know how to be a mom. She doesn't know how to, you know, carry herself well and protect herself and the baby at the same time, because she ain't never learned it. You know what I mean? So that's one thing. But also, I always thought that she just needed somebody to teach her, if she can go back to school, you know, get some speech therapy classes, or people that can help her understand and communicate with others and what people are saying. Because you see, when Chrisean gets the most maddest and the most upset is when she's confused and she thinks you're coming for her, but you're really asking her a question, but she doesn't know how to respond back. So that's when you get the anger. It's like when you have a child in a classroom that, you know, can't do the, you know, work in the class, don't want to take the test, don't want to be quizzed, you know, don't want to read out loud, and don't want the teacher to call on them. So they call them the class clowns, or sometimes they act up in class and they get sent out of class, not because they are bad, it's because they don't understand, you know, the curriculum that's given in class. So only way they know how, their defense mechanism is to, you know, go off and act up and pout and get in trouble and get sent to the detention room. And that's where I see it with Chrisean. If she just knew how to communicate better and express herself better, and I think that she needs somebody to show her that and teach her that. I think there's a lot of things that she didn't learn as she was growing up, and now with the alcohol and the weed, it just makes it even worse. So basically, people are happy that she be out here fighting, and they be like, oh, she's tough and she's this, she's that. So it's just like, okay, empathize, you know, to the highest degree for her to go off. So y'all tell me what y'all thinking. She was throwing shade at Monique. She was basically saying to Monique, oh, how old are you? Because Monique said, I have a 12-year-old or 13-year-old son, her son Cam. And she was like, oh, so you and Monique was like, I'm 36. She was like, And Monique said that Chrisean had asked her multiple times in that particular space that they were in together, that she asked her age. So she was kind of like throwing shots, and she was also kind of like throwing shots at Monique when it came to Monique was like she picked broke guys, or she picked guys that don't give her money and buy her stuff. When she picked guys that when she goes to the grocery store, she says she's going to the grocery store, she just leaves. She don't know how to ask guys for money. And as you guys know, when it comes to Blueface, he spoiled son. So Chrisean was like, "Ooh, you be messing with them type of dudes." Chrisean is basically saying, "I got one up on you. This is my man." And so she may have very well felt threatened that Monique wanted to take her man, because Monique is saying that she's dealing with these type of guys, and Blue got all this money and he's changed Chrisean's life, where now she's the star of the relationship, or they're stars together. And so you guys let me know what you think.